Norton Park, home of the World Club champions Widnes. I'm afraid in the first half, though, they have looked anything but World Club champions, as Bradford Northern have simply torn them apart. And Bradford Northern are coming back on for the second half. Now, Neil Holding, is there any way back at all for Widnes with this stiff breeze at their face and Bradford playing the way they are? Can the champions come back?
If they get an early score, I would think that it would make it 18 points to 12, and it would give Widnes some of that spirit back. But as I was saying, I can't see Bradford letting up this lead, because you'll only see it'll take 2 or 3 tackles for Davies to get his sights set on that ball going down the park, and then Bradford will rely on the forwards to keep Widnes pinned down there, because it's a hell of a breeze, as you say, to kick the ball back up the field. David Hobbs tried the drop out earlier on in the first half, and he only reached about 10 yards out, so it'll be interesting to see just how Bradford take the tactics towards Widnes.
And yet more problems for Widnes. Paul Moriarty is off, and Derek Pike has returned to the fray. Paul Moriarty, there's Derek Pike, went off in the first half when things were going drastically wrong. Moriarty holding his arm, and looks as though he is in some pain as well. And Paul Moriarty, one of the battle-hardened forwards in that first half, he got through 12 tackles for Widnes, second only in the tackle count to Phil McKenzie. The fire. Good run from Richie Ayres. Sorensen. I wonder if they've had a verbal broadside from Doug Lawton in the dressing room at half-time. Smith again, McKenzie. This is Grimmer. Smith, the acting halfback once more. Piloto on the charge. Tate kicking ahead, bounces back off a Bradford player to Hume. Hume to Smith. Hume still in support. Good play by Caudle. Knock on. Knock on as Hume went down.
I think you find that Smith took a knock here off the ball. It didn't seem as though it was a foul made. He was just committed to the tackle, the defending player, and resulted in Smith taking a bad knock. I think he'll be all right though.
David Hume certainly spilled the ball in the tackle. David Smith, young hooker, in the side. Tough lads in rugby league. Bradford get possession back. This is Wilkinson. Good job that David Smith recovered then, because with Moriarty with a shoulder injury and Jonathan Davis with the hamstring gone, Widnes would be down to playing with 12 men if David Smith had to go off there. But the magic sponge has worked wonders. And that's a great kick from David Hobbs. Exactly what Neil Holding said at half-time. Hobbs would be kicking, using this wind and pushing Widnes back towards their own line. And David Hobbs has done exactly that. Wonderful kick. They lay it back to him. Look at the yards he's gained here. Bounces once, bounces twice, and over the line. Scrum down then on the Widnes 22, and Bradford have possession. Caudle. Good run from him. Well brought down by Darren Wright. Roger Simpson, the acting halfback. Wilkinson. McGowan. Marchant. Stewart. Good play again by Bradford. Harkin. All wrapped up by Widnes. Noble. This is Simpson. Side steps one way underneath a high swinging arm from Grimmer. Harkin. Hobbs. Turns the ball back inside. It's with Harkin again. Kick ahead. Well picked up by Alan Tate. Ooh, and then brought down quite fiercely by Carl Fairbank. Fairbank hacks the ball forward. Had to play the ball. And does well. Pushes Widnes back kick under their own posts, and that means that Widnes must drop out from underneath the posts, and Bradford will get possession back. Good pressure play from Bradford Northern.
Paul Hawkins was probing there with a little rubber kick through, and they were quite fortunate that just not to get caught with an offside trap then. But Widnes now are hoping that they can keep Bradford out. I think if Bradford doesn't score a try, they'll come away with the 1 point. They'll set themselves for the drop goal. We'll just have to wait and see.
Simpson brought down. Noble marshalling things at the play of the ball. Harkin, good play. Stewart. Noble again, taking it on his own through the gap. This is a try here, is it? Oh, good tackle from Tate. The Widnes last line of defence holding firm. And Noble, a penalty to Widnes because he was holding Tate down on top of him, trying to con the referee. And then he had a word or two to say, did Brian Noble, the veteran, to the referee about the decision. And so that meant 10 yards further advantage to Widnes. And that's not going to find touch from Liam Tate. Instead, it finds Gerald Caudle. Noble again. This is Medley. Noble at acting half again. Harkin, Fairbank. Unloads the pass and the tackle. McGowan picks up. Good run from McGowan. Looking for support. It's there. Fairbank. He's over. He's over. He got through the two Widnes tacklers who appeared to collide. And Carl Fairbank has scored only his 7th try of the season, which could well have confirmed that Bradford are going to win this match.
Steve McGowan does exceptionally well. He breaks 3 or 4 tackles, draws the fullback, and Carl Fairbank's got that extra strength to plunge over despite 2 tackles. See him again. Here's Carl Fairbank looking towards, tries to fend him off with his elbow. I don't think it was malicious or anything. Fends him off with his elbow, and Despairing David Hume can't help the tackling. And he goes over straight into the post. It should be another easy 2 points here. Against Barry Seaborn, he's looking quite pleased with the team as they're playing now. It's going to be even harder for Bradford to come back. For Widnes to come back from it looks like a 24-6 deficit.
There is the goal tagged on by David Hobbs. Just look at that. Widnes 6, Bradford 24. And so let's go down to the coach's bench and let's join Gary Bloom.
Well, I'm joined by John Simpson, the assistant manager. John, I'm very, very pleased with the situation so far. Well, we really couldn't have asked for a better start, could we? Dream start to the first half and a dream start to the second half. It looks now as though, well, I think there must be favourites doing it now. Obviously, we were expecting Widnes to come straight at us, but the way things went, we seem to capitalise on every mistake that Widnes have made, we scored from. With half-time team talk, we were just told to keep the ball nice and tight. It's very, very windy out there. I think you saw in the first half how Widnes were trying to throw the ball about, and the wind was taking the ball away from the players, which resulted in 1 or 2 knock-ons. Obviously the game plan's now going to keep it nice and tight. 2 or 3 drives in our 25. A long ball back to David Hobbs to kick us down the field and hopefully play the game in their 25. But with a team like Widnes, they're never dead, are they?
Many thanks, John. Now back to Eddie.
And Widnes are inside that Bradford Northern 25. Grimmer, Hume, Coloto. Good play. Darren Wright, jinks inside. Here's a try. Yes. Darren Wright over for the try. Try at one end, followed immediately by a try at the other. This is good stuff. Darren Wright with his 4th try of the season. Great defence bursting run from Coloto. Fed Darren Wright. Came inside. Now then, he's tackled just short of the line. Was it a double movement?
No,
the referee was close, he said no, and I don't think Neil Holding will argue with that.
Well, what I think you'll find here, Darren Wright checks inside, and it's his momentum, despite the tackle by Kelvin Skerrett, his momentum's carrying him over. It wasn't a double movement as such, and the try stands.
Alan Tate, the goal kicker now for Widnes, but unsuccessful. So it stays Widnes 10, Bradford Northern 24, and just 8.5 minutes of the second half gone. Tries at each end of the field within the space of 60 seconds. Great stuff. Widnes keeping the pressure on, if they possibly can. Bradford will be thinking, I think, that the game is just about done. 14 points the difference. Just over half an hour left to play. David Hobbs kicks off. Straight into the arms of Sorensen. Big Kiwi coming forward at full tilt. Good play. All right. Alan Tate acting halfback. Derek Pike. All wrapped up, trying to release the ball. And does so, straight into the arms of the Bradford Northern player, Carl Fairbank. Trying to unload in the tackle. And unload it straight to the opposition. Marchant. And dragged into touch by Widnes. There he is, being bundled into touch by 3 Widnes defenders. David Hume feeds the scrum. It didn't look as though it went in. Hume said it didn't, but Bradford have won another one against the head. Simpson stepping out of the challenge as well, then straightening up. Good play from Bradford this. We saw them last week against Salford. I thought they have to improve to get anything here against Widnes, and my word, how they have. Caudle again. Ryan Noble. You can feel these challenges coming in from up here. Stewart. Harkin. Skerritt. They can't bring him down, can they? Noble. Hobbs. Slipped out of his hands. Ball bouncing. Widnes back in possession. It's like must have butter on it, I think, that ball. Devereux to Hume, to Tate, to Caloto. The fire is waiting out on that wing. Here he is, and look who's round him. 5 Bradford players. Back in support though now. The Widnes crowd beginning to warm to their side at last. Mackenzie. Sorensen. Devereux dives on the loose ball. 10 metres inside the Bradford half. Pike, ball went behind, the referee says. Smith, good run. There's a fire. Can the fire get round Caudle? Turns the ball in field. Ball is hacked ahead. But they're looking for Martin Offiah more and more in this second half. Offiah's finding a couple of gaps down there on the left touchline. It was a good run from Smith from middle of the field. Good ball to Offiah. Now then, he had Caudle and he had Wilkinson, the cover tackler, waiting for him if he got past him. Bradford back in possession from the scrum. The paucity of these Widnes challenges, though, is increasing second by second.
I think what you'll find now, Widnes will try to keep Bradford pinned down here. They should tighten the defence up. And what they should try and do is put the double marker at that half-back to stop David Hobbs kicking that ball down. I think that's what you'll find. We'll wait another 2 tackles, if that, and then we'll find the ball going down the pitch again.
Francis Belinga. Just a one challenge. Not resist those 3 though. Now they're lining up, I think, for the clearing kick from half here. Francis has received a knock there. Just about well enough to carry on. Noble, Fairbank. 5 tackles gone. Knock on by Carl Fairbank as he tried to regain his feet. See here, Fairbank under pressure. The referee has to be alert, and there it was, the ball just spilling out of his hands. But look who's back in possession here after the scrum. Bradford again. They're winning the scrums hand down, aren't they?
That's right. Brian Noble's doing a tremendous job in that pack today. I don't know if it's because this young David Smith's a bit inexperienced, but we'll see if they can win one this time, as Bradford knocked on over the far side of the pitch.
Well, it's 12-5 in terms of scrums, and 6 against the head. They haven't got an experienced hooker. They've now switched David Hume as the feeder at scrum half. And that's where the problem lies for Widnes, but not this time. A fire! The crowd comes alive every time he gets it, but not that time. Oh, he's frustrated, isn't he? He knows he made a mistake. The ball comes out from the scrum. Martin Afire is the man in possession, tries to hack ahead. Oh, and look at the anguish on his face as the ball just squirms into touch. Bradford back in possession. Wilkinson again. He certainly carried the battle, has Ian Wilkinson. Who would your nominee be, Neil, for man of the match here?
I think Paul Harkin's done a tremendous job of organising both backs and forwards. David Hobbs has run well, plus Kelvin Skellett's run well.
And so is this fellow, Paul Medley. Look at the pace here. Hume's after him. Great tackle from David Hume. And he didn't get him into touch. Hume thought he did. Bradford carry on. This is McGowan. High tackle, scream the Bradford supporters. No, says the referee. Noble. Hobbs. Offside. Offside against Joe Grimmer. So a penalty to Bradford, and don't be surprised that David Hobbs will have a kick at goal here.
The thing is, David Hobbs now, if Bradford do get a chance of a penalty, then he'll punish them with a kick, because it's a silly mistake to do with this win. With David Hobbs, the calibre of kicker he is, I think there should be no problem for him to slot them another 2 points in front.
So Hobbs here to increase the lead still further. Widnes 10, Bradford Northern 24. Very acute angle, but he has the wind at his back, don't forget. Hobbs with a kick, and he's successful. 10 points to Widnes and 26 to Bradford Northern. David Hobbs will be a happy man tonight, if that was no doubt.
It must be on a good bonus today here, Ed, because the way that Bradford are performing is either something in the tea or something good in the works package next week.
Well, it will be interesting as Bradford close in on Widnes near the top 4. Before start of play today, Widnes were 4th with 25 points. Bradford 2 places behind them on 22 points, and they had a game in hand, Bradford. So it's a win of vital importance, this, for the men from Yorkshire. If a win it turns out to be. We still have 23 minutes of the match remaining. And don't discount a Widnes comeback. They'll have to improve, though, and they have to get the ball. Noble. Hobbs, there's the kick. Despite the pressure from Sorensen, straight into the arms of Martin Afire. Good catch from him. Now then, he feeds Tate. Tate at full pelt. Simpson, McKenzie, connecting half-back. Pelotto breaking through, hanging onto his shirt tails. O'Neill, Devereaux. All wrapped up by Medley. That's the let's go. Forward pass. And the Widnes player, Dave Smith, is offside. Penalty to Bradford Northern, which will relieve the pressure. Martin Afire. We've had one try from him today. He's really been a little starved of the ball, and I think that's why we've seen him more and more in this match come infield to go searching for it. That's fine stuff. Noble. Stewart. A bit high from Sorensen. Referee right on the spot. A real battle going on between those two New Zealanders. McGowan. Noble. This is Stewart. Support arriving. Here's another try on the board. Easy. Fairbank. This is turning into a bit of a rout, I'm afraid, from a Widnes point of view, but Bradford Northern will be absolutely delighted when their supporters who've come across the Pennines are shouting easy at the world champions. Here it is again.
The first class display of backing up in rugby league. Goes through 3 sets of hands, and every time somebody turns around, there's a player supporting. Ryan Noble gets the ball, Paul Harkin inside to Russell Stewart, looking for support, and just on his hip, Carl Fairbank, and that results in a good try, straight between the black dots, and should be an easy conversion again for David Hobbs.
It's turning into a rout, Neil, isn't it? 30 points to 10.
It is what it is, like you say before, what Martin Afai keep coming in off the wing. The ball isn't getting out there, you see, and what's happening is, it's leaving that wing a bit exposed. Bradford Northern are seeing Martin Afai come inside for the ball, and then just pushing the ball wide, catching him out that way. But there again, the forwards were at fault then, because it was straight at the middle. Good backing up play, and another 6 points for the Bradford Northern team.
Widnes 10, Bradford 32. And it's the first time this season that Widnes have conceded 30 points. So it is a rout. Bradford Northern have come here in determined mood. And 32 points to 10 is the score. We're midway through the second half. So worse could be on the way for Widnes. Certainly the way Bradford Northern are playing, anything's possible here. Simpson acting halfback. Here's the latest try scorer of Fairbank. Walking through them, isn't he?
I think the Widnes tackling at present is terrible. To let a player like that just burst through, there's something wrong with the forwards are doing something wrong somewhere. It's about time the captain got hold of him and said, let's buckle down, let's try and get back into this game, because it's slowly slipping away.
Lovely kick again from Paul Harkin, just beaten by the bounce a bit there, but Alan Tate collects it as it squirmed away from him. He was off balance, collected it, and staggered over the touchline. There again, so it's a scrum down. Another mistake from Widnes, but a great kick from Paul Harkin, bouncing all over the place. Look, one way, then the other. Oh, Tate tried to stop himself, couldn't. Bradford back in possession. There goes to ground. Archer picks up. An elbow is used by Ian Wilkinson. Penalty to Widnes. They're in a bit of a hurry to start it now, perhaps a bit too late. Smith forward on the burst. Good tackling from Stewart. Skate coming in over the top. This is Mackenzie. Rimmer breaking the cover. They're funneling back well. Now Tate. Darren Wright. Tate again. Basketball style to Ayres. Ayres all wrapped up and nowhere to go. Mackenzie. With Pike. Fire. Devereaux. Devereaux drops the ball and Stewart says thanks very much.
Widnes are trying to play too much football, that's the trouble.
Bradford is certainly playing all the football that's effective. 32 points to 10. Harkin to Wilkinson to Simpson. They're breaking through at every possible opportunity here. Widnes are in desperate straits. It's got no better for them from that first few minutes when they conceded 2 tries. Harkin kicks ahead again. Good play from him. As a scrum half, you will be admiring the play of Paul Harkin here.
He's doing the right thing, Paul. He's using the wing and he's pushing Widnes back every single time.
Substitution being made by Bradford Northern. Steve McGowan comes off and Dave Cooper comes on. McGowan, who until this match had quite an enviable scoring record against Widnes. He'd scored in the last 3 league meetings between the two sides. Not so today, the way the tries have flown in as well. Now here's a chase between the two full-backs, Wilkinson and Tate. Tate collided with Wilkinson, and I think his knees caught him, took the wind out of his sails, and came back and hit him again just to make sure the job was done, and then misses Richard Francis. Fortunately for him, backhands it. Noble, the acting half. Simpson and Spirit. Breaking the cover again. Medley. Good driving runs by the Bradford forwards. They really have bossed the show here today. Harkin. Hobbs. Caudle. Kick ahead. Just trickled into touch. Forward Caudle. Former Welsh Rugby Union international. And there's Ian Wilkinson. I said he had the wind taken out of his sails. He's got a damaged shoulder there, and he is off the field. And Keith Mumby, the veteran, another veteran though. A team of, well, I say it, almost old men, but my word, they've taken the game to Widnes this afternoon, and Mumby is waiting to come on. He'll be on at the next breaking play. Beverly. This is Rimmer trying to patch his way forward. Smith. Piloto. The fire from acting halfback. Rimmer. The fire acting halfback again. Hume. Sorensen, that was a desperate pass. Sorensen manages to get the ball out. And so did the fire to Mike O'Neill. Running straight, turns the ball back inside. Straight to the Bradford pair of hands. Marchant is off into the corner. Looks like it's going to be a try here, and it is. He skips past the challenge of Hume and touches down in the corner. Tony Marchant. He's delighted. Bradford are delighted. And Widnes are being turned inside out here. Great run from Tony Marchant.
Great opportunities in there. What happened was Mike O'Neill threw the ball inside, and it didn't seem as though any Widnes player wanted to touch it. Carl Furback picked the ball up. Tony Marchant was stood in support and then showed a clean pair of heels, despite David Hume trying desperately to tap his ankles. And I don't know who's coming over the top, but it's another 4 points. And I think Richard Ayres came over the top there, but it was all in vain because he'd already touched the ball down.
So David Hobbs with the kick to further increase that lead. Mumby is waiting to come on. And that's another great kick from Hobbs. A great kick from Hobbs. And 7 out of 8 for David Hobbs today. He certainly brought his kicking boots with him from Odsal, and there is the scoreline. Widnes 10, Bradford 38. And the man who has just come on, Keith Mumby, has replaced Ian Wilkinson. So there's a knock on, scrum down, so while things sort out on the pitch, let's go on to the touchline and join Gary Bloom, who's with Ian Wilkinson.
Ian Wilkinson, damaged your shoulder. How does it feel?
Painful. I think I sprung it. When I hit the deck there, I think Alan Tate dropped on top of me. It drove my shoulder into the ground. I think it sprung out. It's a bit tender.
The team having a tremendous day here, and you've already scored a try.
It's nice to score. I don't often score many. But, the teams are playing well. We've had the leads took off us these last couple of weeks. David's let us play to our strengths, and it's coming good.
Is this the best you've played this season?
Well, it's the best we've played since Yorkshire Cup final. We were buzzing before Yorkshire Cup final, and we seem to go off the boil for 2 or 3 months. But it's the best we've played this for a while.
Ian, many thanks for joining us. It's Bradford in possession. The match commentator Eddie Hemmings.
38 points to 10. Bradford Northern are ahead here. And the best performance since the Yorkshire Cup final. There's been one for the Yorkshire folk to savour. And there's another telling and important kick from David Hobbs. I think Widnes are ready for the bath, Neil, despite the fact we've still got 10 minutes to go.
It looks that way. Bradford have got the tails raised in the air now. They're doing everything right. Taking 2 or 3 settle-ins. And then either Paul Harkin or David Hobbs just driving the ball down into that bottom 25. Widnes look really tired now. The heads are down. And Bradford's just got to play these last 10 minutes out. I don't think we've seen the last of the scoring, actually.
For who?
I'll leave that one for him.
Tate, who dropped the ball there as he tried to shovel it out in the tackle. So it's, I'm afraid, one of those days for Widnes. Don't mention that to David Hobbs and his Bradford boys. They're delighted with the situation they've got here. And they've got 6 more tackles here. The referee's just wiped the slate clean. Hobbs. Mumby, just come on. Both knees bandaged. Hobbs again. Great pass. And again, Stewart, they keep the ball alive so well. The tails are up. Well, that was silly. An interception try. Here he goes. Watch this fella go. They're not going to catch him. Oh, he's playing with him. Oh, he's nearly made an absolute porridge of that. He was just too cocky almost for his own good, but he managed to stagger over the line. Another try for Martin Afire. He was toying and teasing the defender as he chased him. But this was Martin Afire at his best. Interception inside his own 25, 3/4 of the length of the field to run. He had 10 yards on the Bradford defence there. He's just looking over his shoulder. Look, catch me if you can. And he nearly did. And he got over for the try. When he's in full flow, he's great to watch, isn't he?
He's a superb athlete, but I think looking at that, Gerald Cardle's no slouch because he gave him 3 or 4 yards there, and with Martin Afire trying to dodge and weave about, it ended up with him nearly stopping the try. But as I say, it's like a bullet out of a gun once he goes, and superb athlete when he starts to run.
And Alan Tate misses with that conversion, shakes his head, furious with himself. Martin Afire has scored 41 tries this season now. 14 points to 38, his team trail. 2 tries in this match for Martin Afire. A lot of debate about him. Has there been a better try-scoring winger?
Well, they say that Tom Van Vollenhoven, but he was a bit too young. Too young for that, Ed. In my time, I would say he is. Definitely.
And McGowan has now returned for Caudle off, injured, took a bang as he tried in the vain attempt to stop Martin Afire. He has been taken off and is replaced by Steve McGowan. The Widnes have got a bit of pride back with that try. And Martin Afire now needs just 2 more for a career century of First Division touchdowns. Here they go again with the forward pass. Seven minutes left to play. Widnes 14, Bradford Northern 38. Here's the forward pass. Smith picks it up. Mackenzie. Grimmer, and oh yes, a yard and a half forward at least. Simpson. Still having a bit of a spring in their step, the Bradford Northern players, despite conceding that try to Martin Fire. No wonder. They're good winners here. Monday. Fairbank. Stewart collects the loose ball. I'm happy with the challenge from Pike. This is Hobbs. Fairbank, good backing up again from Bradford. Can they stop him? Oh, he's just short. Just hold back. Harkin, look at the drop goal. There it is. Arms aloft. Paul Harkin with the drop goal. His 8th drop goal of the season. Look, they set it up so well. Harkin waiting. Man of the match, many people think. Flipped it over the top. No problem. Here it is again. They set it up so well, don't they? Bang, and look at the arms. Delighted man.
That's it, always come away with something. It's, you know, he's standing on somebody's line, creating a lot of pressure and coming away with no points. Bradford did exactly the right thing there, set it up superbly, and Paul Harkin obliged with the 1 point.
So Widnes kick off. 39 points to 14. Widnes trail, Bradford Northern lead, depending on the colours. Hang around your neck, 5 minutes still to go. Question now, I think, of Widnes just being content to play out time. The match has gone from them, long gone. Bradford will be looking to increase the points tally. You never know, come the end of the season, it might make the difference between top 4 or simply top 8, couldn't it? What a great kick. Tremendous kick from Paul Harkin. He's driven Widnes back, him and David Hobbs, driven Widnes back with these kicks. Benefit of the wind at the back. Into the open space, 1 bounce, safely into touch. Well, the scrums have been going, Bradford, I suppose, think they have a chance every time the 2 packs go down. Devereux. Good run from Devereux, spotted the gap. Still going, still going. Oh, if only he'd slipped the pass out to Martin Fire and another try on the board. Sorensen, Coloto, coming get passes. Ayres. Whoops, nearly unloaded the pass, did so, ball dropping all over the place. Untidy play.
Widnes is starting to panic now, just throwing balls willy-nilly, hoping they can get another try on the board. As you said, the game's gone away from Widnes now. It's just a matter of them playing time out and trying to keep the score down, I think.
Rugby league is always open to question, but there's a kick ahead from Harkin, a chase between Martins and the Fire picks up and runs out of play against him. Couldn't do much else to be fair. He had Martins right up behind him. And there's the face of a fairly unhappy man, despite the fact that he scored 2 tries. And they look a little bit concerned about the way things have gone too, don't they? The young lady seems to enjoy herself. Fairbank. Francis. Scragged down, I think is the expression there by Devereux. Hobbs. Oh, it's like a knife through Brazil. Noble. Stewart. All wrapped up. Brought to ground. And there's another drop goal. Another drop goal from Paul Harkin. Makes it 40 points on the board for Bradford Northern. Every time they go up, they decide if they can't get a try, the Widnes won't concede a penalty, they'll take the 1 point. Good tactics, Neil?
That's right. That's the way to do it. You always put 1 point on the board, If 6 or 2 aren't available, get the 1 point. I think Paul Harkins had a bet on the rugby league coupon this week, I think, because he's been playing for that 40 points. Saying that, I think it's the worst defence I've ever seen a Widnes team put up, because it's been shocking today.
Yes, they've left their tackling in the dressing room. They lost Jonathan Davis, which was a big blow, but let's not forget by that time they were already a couple of tries in arrears. Martin Afire is the Widnes man of the match by the club sponsors. No general man of the match, but I think on the Sports Channel we'll give it to Paul Harkin. An excellent display from the little scrum half. His kicks have been important. He's landed a couple of drop goals. He's marshalled everybody. And there's that other kick ahead. It finds touch. Cool when you're 40 points to 14 down and the opposition pushes you back towards your own 25 all the time. There he is, the Sports Channel man of the match. I think he scored a try. The referee has other ideas. Offside, I think.
Yeah, it was offside there. The kick went through and Steve McGowan touched the ball. The keeper was in offside position.
And we're now into injury time here at Norton Park. Widnes, I think we'll be glad to see the back of this one. 40 points to 14. Here they come again. Give them credit, they're still pushing themselves forward.
There's no mistake. Keith Murray comes up with the ball. And that's the final hooter.
There's the hooter. It's all over. Bradford Northern are delighted. So are their travelling supporters. And Bradford Northern have won an excellent match here. 40 points to 14. Well done to them. But Widnes, I think there'll be 1 or 2 inquests in that home dressing room for the rest of this week. Doug Lawton will not be happy.
No, Doug Lawton's not happy, man. I think he'll have a few words to say.